name is Freda Hobbs, and I'm thrilled to be here on behalf of the National Society of Leadership and Success to talk to you about the topic of leadership through empathy. You might already be asking yourself, well, what is empathy? Or what does it mean to be empathetic? And really all it means is that you are able to sense the feelings and wants and desires of those around you. Can you tell when the people in your life are feeling sad or feeling happy about something? Most of us find it pretty easy to empathize with those around us when they are in situations that we can relate to. So for example, most of us can relate to the loss of a loved one, or we can feel sad with someone when they fail to achieve a large goal, like say winning an Olympic medal. That's all empathy is. However, a lot of us find it a little bit more difficult to empathize with people when they're in a situation or have a point of view that we might not share or might not have experienced before. But chances are that they're communicating to you their feelings or their wants and desires, either verbally or non-verbally. I'll give you an example. Say on the first day of class, you go in and the professor goes through the syllabus, and then he lets you know that he really doesn't like to admit latecomers to his class. He's communicated that desire to you verbally. However, on the second week of class, you're running a little late, you get to class, the door's locked, and you can't get in. He's communicated to you non-verbally that that desire is still intact. See what I mean? Verbal, non-verbal communication. Now, being empathetic gives you a competitive advantage when you are managing or working with a large group of people. Being able to put yourself in someone's shoes or sense their point of view can really help you get the most out of your team. I'll give you an example. For many years, I worked managing large groups of contractors at weekend events. My team would often joke that there wasn't anything that they wouldn't do for me for a little bit of money because I was so nice. But here's the funny part. I'm not really that nice. As a matter of fact, when faced with stressful situations, I can actually be a little bit cranky. What I came to realize is that my team was willing to go the extra mile for me because they sensed that I was empathetic. I actually had worked in a lot of their roles, and I knew what they needed in order to succeed and feel supported. Now, I tried to give them what they needed because I cared about them as people. But I also tried to give them what they needed because I knew that if they felt supported and knew that I wanted them to succeed, they would go the extra mile to make sure that our clients and our students had the best experience possible. So, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a look around at the relationships in your life. Look at the relationships that are working, the relationships that aren't working, and start to examine, am I being empathetic? Am I trying to see that person's point of view? If the relationship isn't working, chances are you've probably got some room for improvement in the empathy department. The other thing I'd like you to remember is you don't have to agree with someone's point of view in order to reap the rewards. Just understanding that your point of view is not the only one, and someone might see something a little differently than you do, or might react in a different way, is enough to get the benefits. You'll often hear people say, treat others how you'd like to be treated. But what I like to say is, treat others the way they'd like to be treated. That lets them know that you care about where they're coming from. And that's leadership through empathy.